Eala teams up with Jovic anew at Indian Wells doubles. Manila, Philippines. Filipino tennis ace Alexandra "Alex" Eala reunites with American Eala Jovic anew for the Indian Wells doubles tournament in California. Eala sports a 105th rank while Jovic 133rd in the doubles side and 32nd and 18th, respectively, in the singles division. The 20-year-old Eala and 18-year-old Jovic first teamed up at the ASB Classic last January in Auckland, where they reached the semifinals. Eala and Jovic will open their Indian Wells doubles campaign against the American-Latvian pair of Haley Baptiste and Yelena Ostapenko on Friday. Eala has beaten both players before in the singles side. Meanwhile, the Eala mania has arrived in California. Just like at the Australian and Middle East swing, Eala's practice sessions for her Indian Wells campaign have drawn a slew of fans. Social media posts have shown Eala practicing to a backdrop of many supporters, with fans catching a glimpse of the Filipino tennis ace even before the tournament starts. Eala has already practiced with Schneider and Madison Keys. Seeded 31st in the tournament, Eala will open her singles campaign against either Chinese Zhang Shuai or Ukrainian Diana Yastremska in the round of 64 likely on Saturday. If Eala hurdles her first match, she's in line for a potential rematch with world number 4 Coco Gauff in the round of 32. Eala fell to Gauff at the Dubai Tennis Championships 2 weeks ago, 0-6, 2-6, in the quarterfinals. Tennis Desert Reunion, when two young stars collide again at Indian Wells. Under the endless blue sky of the California desert, where tennis dreams often take flight, a familiar partnership is reborn. As the 2026 BNP Paribas Open unfolds at the iconic Indian Wells Tennis Garden, all eyes are on an intriguing doubles duo, Alexandra "Alex" Eala and Eala Jovic, who have reunited to take on one of the sport's most prestigious tournaments together. In a season where every step for Eala feels like part of a larger journey, one marked by soaring singles success, rising rankings, and expanding horizons, this doubles pairing calls back to the joy of collaboration, the promise of synergy, and the thrill of shared ambition. In a tour landscape crowded with star names and seasoned pairs, their reunion is a fresh chapter in a partnership fueled by youth, fearlessness, and authentic camaraderie. Glowing star from Auckland success to desert sands. Last January, Eala and Jovic captured attention on the hard courts of Auckland, New Zealand. There, as relative underdogs, they created one of the tournament's most memorable doubles stories by upsetting seasoned veterans and advanced deep in the draw. It was a statement. These two could compete and thrive against experience. Their chemistry wasn't just tactical, it was electric, infectious, and unmistakably real. Fast forward to March 2026, and that spark, ignited at a smaller warm-up event, has followed them across continents, all the way to Indian Wells, one of the sport's fifth slam events and a crucible for both rising stars and established champions. For Eala, Indian Wells is already a milestone on its own. In singles, she enters amid her best season yet, coming off a career-high WTA rank, number 31, and carrying serious momentum into one of the year's biggest stages. The pressure is unmistakable. But doubles brings something different. Not stakes, but connection. Not grind, but rhythm. And with Jovic by her side, there's a reminder that even in the largest arenas, joy and partnership can make all the difference. Brain what this team represents: 1. The art of synergy. Doubles tennis isn't just about two players in proximity, it's about two minds in harmony. The unseen flow, the split-second switches, the shared strategy, the mutual trust, is what makes a doubles pairing work or falter. In Eala and Jovic, there's a vivid contrast. Eala, a dynamic left-handed competitor known for her precision and footwork, and Jovic, a rising American player with an aggressive baseline game and a fierce competitive edge. Together, they're an unpredictable blend, a bit like combining fire and wind. You never quite know how the elements will meet, but when they do, the outcome can be dazzling. 2. A test of growth. Both women are still early in their professional journeys, but each has already carved out moments that hint at deeper promise. Eala's singles rise has been meteoric, filled with breakthrough wins, deeper runs, and the kind of confidence that turns close matches into turning points. Jovic, just 18 and among the top 100 players in the world, brings youthful fearlessness and ambition to every court she steps on. This Indian Wells pairing isn't about nostalgia, it's about reinforcing growth. For Eala, it's a way to stay sharp, versatile, and connected to different facets of competitive tennis. For Jovic, it's a valuable chance to learn and adapt alongside a peer whose trajectory mirrors her own, upward and unbound. Rocket the stage. Why Indian Wells matters. Indian Wells is more than a tournament, it's a spectacle. Known for its expansive stadiums, passionate crowds, and electric atmosphere, it often feels like a grand slam in all but name. The event attracts legends and young talents alike, a place where careers are defined and memories made. In singles, Eala has already carved her path as one of the top seeds, boasting a first-round bye and the promise of major moments ahead. In doubles, the stakes are a bit different, but no less compelling. Here, Eala and Jovic are positioned not as favorites, but as dark horse storytellers. They're the pairing that makes spectators pause and think, what if? What if they gel perfectly? What if they upset a seeded team? What if, inspired by the desert sunlight and their own kinetic tempo, they play the kind of tennis that defies expectation? Artist palette, a storyline of confidence and collaboration. This isn't just tennis. It's narrative, rich, layered, and full of emotional texture. For Eala, this season represents a maturation of ambition. She stepped from junior promise into adult success, from regional hope into global touring reality. She's learned that singles can be a solo journey, while doubles can be a shared adventure. For Jovic, it's about making her mark. She's not just here by chance. She's laser-focused, fearless, and hungry, a player whose game is still unfolding, whose personality on court feels vivid and alive. At Indian Wells, their reunion reflects a deeper truth about sport itself. It thrives on connection, on partnerships forged in demanding climates, on the joy of competition shared. Headphone final notes. Where this could go. We don't yet know how far this pairing will go in the draw. The list of doubles specialists at Indian Wells is long and accomplished. But this duo isn't playing for mere survival. They're playing to inspire, to show that meaningful partnerships can emerge at any stage. That youthful promise, when combined with tactical intelligence and unwavering belief, can create moments of brilliance. Whether Eala and Jovic go deep into the doubles bracket, or bow out early against elite foes, they've already given us a narrative worth savoring, of two rising stars, choosing to stand side by side in one of tennis's grandest arenas, ready to write their story together. If you'd like, I can also turn this into a shorter news article, add quotes from the players, or include predictions of how their doubles run might unfold.